They say she get it from her mama. Mama say you fuck her right. Body rude is polite. Tell me in the humble type.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalia Imani White, if you do not know me. And today I have a very special video for you guys. And it is 5 jobs that can change your life within a year. This is going to be a part of my Regress in Order to Progress series that I will be starting. I think we'll try to roll out the rest in February because I already have plans for January. But right now, I just wanted us to kind of focus on jobs that can help you catapult your finances forward if you cut back aggressively. Now, I have recorded this video 3 times. And I don't really want to record it again, okay? Because for some reason it is not working whenever I try to edit it. So please forgive me, but I am just going to go straight off of this script and I'm going to read through what I have here because this is getting repetitive, but I really want to get it out because I feel like it can help so many people. So without further ado, we're going to jump into these jobs. Okay, and then I also have here that before I list any jobs, I really want to be clear that these jobs are not meant to be career paths. You can change it and make it a career path if that's what you would like to do. However, that is not what I am intending them for. These jobs will only work to catapult your finances forward if you cut back financially, meaning no lifestyle inflation. No unnecessary spending, cooking at home, not on Instagram buying new outfits because you have a little extra cash to flex as if you have it, okay? We're not doing any of that. We're cutting back aggressively so that we can have a life of comfort. So let's start with our first job, which is a USPS mail carrier. Okay, so what is this job? You will be delivering mail and packages, walking or driving routes. You work full days and you have to be consistent. So a full day for a USPS mail carrier is typically 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. If you choose to be put on the overtime list, then you'll probably get back at maybe 8 o'clock p.m. It depends, but that is your choice. You're not forced to do overtime. And you can get off the overtime list whenever you choose, if you do choose to do overtime. Okay, so full-time mail carriers typically make between $57,000 to $72,000 a year, especially with overtime. Starting out, I think that there's some misconception that mail carriers don't make a lot of money. When you Google it, it says that they make like 40 grand. That's a lie. My husband's a mail carrier. He started out at around $52,000. He's only been a mail carrier for 2 years, and his salary is well in the mid 80s, like mid to late 80s, maybe $87,000. Okay, so what are the requirements for this job? You need a high school diploma, a valid driver's license, a clean background because they will run your background. And then you also need the ability to pass a postal exam. The postal exam is very easy. There is a Quizlet on it. So if you need help with that, then I would Google it. Okay, so pros. Of course, everyone knows that federal jobs offer really great benefits, including the post office. They have amazing benefits, especially for maternity. So the job offers very strong job security, of course, the federal benefits, and then you have overtime opportunities. If you're disciplined, this is a great way to save your money and stack it for a year. He has people that he works with that start at the post office and were able to buy their first home within the first year of working at the post office. He knows people who have been living with their mom who is working at the post office, and after about a year and a half, they've had over $40,000 saved. So if you're willing to cut back aggressively, this is a job that can help you catapult yourself forward. Okay, so cons. It is very physically demanding. You work in all sorts of weather, rain, sleet, snow, doesn't matter, you're outside. And the hours can be long, again, if you are on that overtime list. This is not a soft job, but it can build a soft future. Again, from what I've seen with the post office, they are a lot more lenient with women working there. My husband has worked with all kinds of women, and some of them will refuse to do this route or that route or whatever route, and they'll just give it to someone else to do. Okay, so you kind of have leeway there. It's a very laid back job. That's what I'll say. So this is a great job if you're willing to work hard in order to create long-term stability. So if you want to go back to school or if you want to start your own business, this will be a perfect job for you. Okay, next job, Charter or Spectrum. So billing reps at Charter, they help customers with inquiries and billing questions and problems. And a sales rep, they handle customer solutions and they may earn commission. They actually do earn commission. I know because I've been a sales rep and a billing rep for Charter. So the billing roles average around $37,000 a year, and sales roles can reach $40,000 to $60,000 a year, depending on performance. I have seen sales representatives bring in six figures. Again, I did work there. Also, one of my managers when I was there, he started off as just a sales rep, worked his way up as a manager, and because he was so good at his job, now he works at Facebook. So what are the requirements for this job? The requirements are most positions require a high school diploma, right? Strong communication skills, that's a must. They will test you on that in the interview. As long as you have that in some customer service history, you're pretty much guaranteed to get the job. And the training is usually provided. There is a little training questionnaire job trial that you have to do before, getting hired at this job after your application. I do believe that the answers for that are also on Quizlet. So the pros, this does build professional skills. Absolutely 1,000%. It also builds communication skills, problem solving skills, and financial systems. You do get to learn how billing works, how financial systems work, and how companies like Charter run their corporation. And of course, sales role can significantly boost your income if you want to do that. With a sales role, it's more so pushy. If someone calls you and they need help finding channel 8 and they're like an 80-year-old woman, it is your job to sell to her. I didn't like doing that, so I switched over to billing, where that's not my job. My job is to help people with their billing concerns. Okay, so what are the cons? So cons, sales can be mentally draining if you dislike quotas. Call center work can feel repetitive. That's really about it. If you're committed to saving and not spending, this will be a great job for you. Okay, job number 3, bank customer service. All right, so I actually did work in banking customer service. I worked in loss mitigation for Fifth Third Bank. It was an entry-level position. I got it because I had experience at Charter, of course. And it was a great job. It's a great job. You get to learn a lot. So what do? You assist customers with accounts, transactions, and basic financial services. The average pay is typically $35,000 to $45,000 a year, and this depends on the bank and the location. The requirements for this are usually a high school diploma, strong attention to detail, and again, customer service skills. Pros. This is a stable, structured work environment that exposes you to how money actually moves. Yes, it does. I learned so much. It's a great plan if you go back to school for finance, business, or management. Something else that I learned because I worked in loss mitigation, I learned all about the home buying process. Okay, I don't need any help buying a home when it's time for us to buy a home. When it's time for us to buy a home, I know all about the home buying process. Okay, cons. It can feel repetitive and advancement may take time. Again, I'm not intending this video to be, for someone who wants to turn these into a career path. So I'm not really too concerned about advancement. But if that is your goal, it will take time because a lot of the people who are higher ups in these positions who are managers, they do have some sort of degree. However, a lot of banks will pay for you to go back to school to get your business degree or to get a degree in finance if that's what you choose to do. So this job is ideal for people who need structure, consistency, and predictability. I did really like working at Fifth Third. I did learn a lot. Okay, next, job 4, the Amazon warehouse. Don't kill me. I know. The Amazon warehouse, what you do there is picking, packing, and shipping orders in a fulfillment center. So the average pay is around $30,000 to $40,000 a year, depending on location and overtime, of course. Overtime is also optional. There are not really any requirements for this job, just the ability to do the physical work and follow the safety protocols. Pros, it's easy to get hired. You honestly don't have to do anything. You don't even have to do an interview. That's the same for the post office. You don't have to interview for that. What you do have to do though is go download like the little Amazon app or even go to their website. Then it'll have like the shifts that are available in a location that it's available. And if that's a job that you want and it matches your schedule, pick it and it'll ask you for all of your personal information. And there you go. You have the job after your background comes back clear. It offers consistent hours and it often has overtime. Again, we talked about that. This can be a fast way to build savings if you keep your expenses low, which is the entire point of the video. Cons. It is physically demanding and repetitive. This is not meant to be forever. All right. It can get tiring. It is hot in there. Okay. They do have water stations. They have fans. I worked here when I was in nursing school. Because I'm a girl, again, a lot of jobs are, especially the physical labor jobs, like they're very lenient with women. They were very lenient with me. And instead of doing something like crazy demanding, I just picked out engagement rings. All right. So that was nice to just have a job where my shift is to pick out engagement rings. Yeah, sometimes it's hot. I have water. You have water stations. You have fans, and they do give you your breaks. You will be going on your break when it's time for your break. So this job specifically is a short-term grind for a long-term purpose. Number 5, STNA. Yes. So the final option is STNA, and I'm laughing because I know a lot of people strongly dislike that career path. I was an STNA. I mean, it was okay. It paid well, so why not? Especially since I'm in healthcare. Being an STNA does help if you want to progress in healthcare. So what do? You provide basic patient care under nurse supervision, and you help with daily needs. The average pay is typically $30,000 to $38,000 a year, depending on location and shifts. This also varies because this is if you work for a nursing home or if you work for a hospital. However, if you work agency, I don't know what the annual salary is, but I do know that there are shifts on there that can reach up to $38 an hour. So if you choose to work agency instead of working for a facility, then you can make a lot more as an STNA. So the requirements for this job, you must complete a state-approved training program and pass a certification exam. So none of those are very hard. I think that the training program is probably like 6 weeks. And after those 6 weeks, you pass your certification exam. And well, you take the test to pass your certification exam, which you do have to pay for. But you can keep that in your back pocket. Okay. You have this certification that you can keep in your back pocket. So if anything ever hits the fan and you're in a position where you're like, I need X amount of dollars before this amount of time, you have the STNA, take it somewhere. Everyone needs an STNA. Everywhere is hiring for them. You will always have a job. Okay, so the pros of this job. Healthcare is always in demand, like I just said. The role can lead directly into nursing or other medical careers. And again, you do make a lot of connections when you work as an STNA, like a lot of them. Like my dream job is to eventually work as a nurse practitioner in a med spa. I have so many. They're on my fridge, actually. They're on my fridge under my little Jamaica magnet. But those are connections that I have made over the past years of people's phone numbers who work in med spas, who work in different hospitals, who work in different nursing home facilities that want to hire me. And really quickly, I got all those from working in luxury retail. Again, remember I made that video. You make connections working in luxury retail. When they found out that I also have an STNA, they were like, oh, like we work in healthcare. You have great customer service. Here is my number. Here's my name. Apply. Call me. So that it's great. It's great. Okay, so the cons of STNA. It's physically and emotionally demanding, and this is a service-oriented work. So this is customer service. Like you do have to treat these people with respect. These are patients, okay? Not only that, but you are in their home if you're working at a nursing home. This is their home. You have to treat them with respect, with kindness. You need to carry yourself in a professional manner, which I do not see a lot of STNAs do. Not only that, another con, you're going to have to deal with death. All right, you're going to have to deal with smells. You're going to have to deal with different bodily fluids that you may not want to deal with. However, because STNA is a certification, you don't have to stay there. The best job, or I won't even say the best because there are plenty of jobs out there, but for me, the best job that I have experienced as an STNA is working in lactation in the NICU in a hospital, which really you just make bottles all day for the babies. And sometimes if the babies are going through withdrawals or whatever, the nurse will call on you to cuddle the infant while they tend to other infants. Great job. And all because you have an STNA. Okay, so being an STNA is a strong choice if your long-term goal is healthcare and you need a stepping stone. Okay, that was the 5 jobs. Let's see if we can actually get through this video. Okay, so here's the key. Pick one of these jobs, commit for 1 year, and cut your spending aggressively. That means cooking at home, limiting shopping, saying no to unnecessary expenses, and again, not trying to look flashy on Instagram or trying to flex for other people. This year is not about looking successful. It's about becoming financially free. And at the end of the year, you should be in a position to start your business, go back to school, or move into your actual career with less stress. Regressing in order to progress requires humility, discipline, and honesty. Staying stuck because you're afraid to be uncomfortable is far more expensive. If you feel trapped right now, know this: one focused year can change the direction of your entire life. If this video helped you, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what part of this that you are considering. Which path do you think would be great for you for the year? In January, we're going to talk about routines, accountability, and systems that support a soft life, which is why I did this video first, because none of that comes without structure and responsibility. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so glad I was able to get through this video because I have recorded it 3 times. Oh, okay. I just had to read off there, try to make it snappy. Okay, I'm so sorry if it went too fast. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Again, I have worked all of these jobs apart from the post office. That is my husband's job. But I do know that all these jobs will help you move forward if you cut back. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next week when we start our new January series, Systems That Support a Soft Life. Bye.
I put that on my mama, on my